Get everyone, BH Day here. We're going to do the unboxing and first impression of this Lenovo Thinkpad P14s. Now this is Gen 1 and it is a 14-inch workstation class from Lenovo, and it is the 2020 model to replace the Lenovo Thinkpad P43s. Now there's a bit of a name change in 2020 and it does make it a lot easier to understand. So of course P being the professional series and it's a workstation class, and then the next number is the size of the screen, which is 14-inch, so that's nice and easy, and then S is basically means slim mode there. Anyway, I have done a review of the P43s. If you haven't checked that video out, I'll put a link in the description below so you can actually check that video out after this if you want to. And I also will be creating a follow-up video of this when I have spent some time, which will be the review of this laptop. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on with it. Oh, before I also start unboxing, I'll just tell you, if you're joining me for the very first time, I normally only just have a quick scan of the spec sheet and that's pretty much it. I haven't seen the photo of it and I'm meeting the laptop for the very first time as you are. Anyway, let's get on with it anyway. So that's all right, let's get it on. Okay, I've got my good old trusty knife to do this and I'm going to cut away from myself as I should be. Now I like Lenovo, it's a nice easy cut and that's pretty much about it. So I'll just chuck that away. Okay, and let's have a look what's in here. All right, let's do this. I'm going to try to flip this around to make things easier. Here we go. And as always, I always love going for the power adapter. So let's see what it comes with. So let's have a look here. All right. So we've got the power cord here, of course. I'm going to put this one on the side. And what do we got here? We've got a 65 watt power adapter, which is great, and it runs a USB-C. So 65 watt power adapter, and that's really nice to start to see that, which means we're going to have a look at the laptop now. So let's try and pull this thing out. I'm going to try and do this in a more nicer fashion if I can possibly do that. Great stuff. There we go. We'll chuck that away. And what else we got here? We've got some documentation. We never need that, do we? And yep, that's pretty much all there is to it. So I'll just chuck that down on the floor anyway. And let's get on to it. Now, this, I can see from the spec sheet that this has been upgraded from the 8th generation to the 10th generation for the Intel core for the processor, and it still runs an i5 or i7, which is 4 cores for that as well. Now, let's have a quick look at this thing here. Beautiful. Now, very nice. Still very nice. Still has that very nice sort of very good nice feel. It's not really grabbing much finger marks there, which is good. Only a very little, but not very much, which is great. And the height of it is decent. It's not like super thin, but it's got a bit of thickness to it, which is still good because you get a lot of your ports. I can definitely see that. So that's definitely nice to see. And let's might as well go through the ports while we're at it anyway. So looking on the, let's have a look. Let's start on the right side of the computer anyway. So this is the left side. The left side of the computer is the more interesting side of it. So first off, we got 2 Thunderbolt ports there, which is USB-C. And then we've got the docking connector port. That's for the Lenovo docks that you'll use. And then we've got the USB 3.2 Gen 1 port, which is your type A port. And then we've got the HDMI port. And then we've got a headphone jack and then a micro SD card reader. That's what we've got on that. And then looking around the back, you've got a USIM tray. And then if we're looking on the left side, you've got the security lock slot. We've got RJ45 for Ethernet. That's great to see. I love that when it's built in, full size one. And then we've got the exhaust vents and then another USB 3.2 Gen 1 type A port, and I can see this one also does power share as well too, so that's kind of good. And there's nothing at the front, and that's about it. So anyway, let's get on to opening it. I'm going to involve one of my helpers here. All right, I'm just going to bring in a helper here so I can lift this thing up as we lift this and open this computer up. So let's have a look what we get inside here. So I'll just kind of lift this thing up. Oh, it's got a bit of a grip there for sure. Oh yeah, here we go. Now, of course, we've got the good old Lenovo Thinkpad keyboard here. The texture of each individual key is quite smooth. So very similar to the X1 Carbons I've just unboxed before. So that was really nice. And I can definitely see in between there's quite a bit very, very durable plastic underneath the keyboard as well. So that's very nice. And then of course there's a fair bit of tactile feel to it, and that's what ThinkPad keyboards are well known for. And then of course we've got the function key on the very left, and the control key is the second button there. Of course you've got that hack to actually switch it around or do it through the software or in the BIOS. That's really nice. And again, I can see this seems to be the 2020 thing that they've done for the ThinkPads, is they've got some video conferencing buttons for the F9, F10 and F11, and of course F12 is still customizable button there for you if you want to use it. So that's nice to see. Anything really different with the keyboard? No, that's pretty much it. We've still got the track point, or the G spot, or the keyboard nibble is what I call it, and they've got the 3 buttons on the bottom here, which is great to keep on the professional series of applications that require that middle button there. And then the trackpad is actually getting a little bit larger before than what I've seen from the other ones, so that's good. It's kind of get a little bit larger. It's got the matte feel to the trackpad here, so that's still a very nice feel to it. And of course it's mechanical as well, and right next to the trackpad we've got the fingerprint, which is optional there. Okay, and then we've got, of course, the top. I can see the speakers grill on the top, and the power button is located on where in between, or integrated into the speakers there. So I know I'm going to have to connect this to power to actually get this up. I can see there's a 720p webcam. I know we're still running off 720p webcam. I'm really hoping that a lot of these manufacturers will upgrade it to 1080p webcams. We're doing a lot of content creation these days due to COVID, or we're also doing a lot more video conferencing. So just the ability to go to 1080 would be fantastic. We can always downgrade it in software to go to 720 if we really need video compression or on bad internet. That's great, but going up, we can't go up, so we need to buy. So please, manufacturers, to move it over to 1080p for the next revision. It's time to move on to that. And of course we've got the privacy shutter. It's just made a little switch on top, which is great to actually physically cover it, so you don't need the blue tack or physical tape to actually do that if people who worry about privacy. So that's great to see. And with the bezel wise, it really hasn't really changed too much, I find. It's got a little, no, it's pretty much, I think it's pretty much the same as the P43s. So let's boot this thing up. I don't think we're going to be able to boot it up without power, so I've got this time. I am prepared. So I'm going to plug this in, and we're going to boot this thing up just to see what we get. So let's boot this thing up here. There we go. Of course, we've got backlit keyboards as well, and that's how to actually do. While this is booting, I'll just show you how to get to the backlit keyboard keys. It is function spacebar, and there's actually 3 settings. There's off, medium, and high for the backlit as this goes. Now, as this thing is booting up, I'll just tell you the reason why you actually go to the P14s compared to going from the T series or other ones is that there is a Quadro P520 discrete graphics on this, so it will help with some of the professional applications that actually do require discrete graphics, and also a certificate as well to being a Quadro. Now you can actually get up to 48 gigs of RAM, and it is 16 gigs maximum that is soldered, and then you get 1 DIMM slot that can support up to 32 gigs, so that makes a total of 48 gigs. And then of course you got your SSD hard, which is 1 M.2 slot, and I will definitely be opening this computer up in the review video, so don't be aware of that. What have we got? We're up to the setup feature. No, I'm not sure if I actually got the touchscreen. No, I'm not going to get the touchscreen here. That's pretty much about it. Now I got the i7 version on this one here, and I'll definitely be checking out this performance on that in the review video. And we'll just have a quick look. It's got a bit of a matte feel to it. I'm pretty sure this is a full HD version, and I've got the non-touch version. So this is the just nice and easy version that we can work on. And that's pretty much all we really got to tell you about it. Let's just quickly do the finger test while I'm at it, just to see how we go. So, like I said, it's got a bit of a grip, I've got to say. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's got a lot of grip. That's really gripping really hard on that. And of course this is the clamshell, so it's doing about 180 degrees there. And as another test, I know some people ask me about this question here, does the lid kind of opens up as you're walking? I'm gonna have to say it actually, when you have it in vertical mode, before I even do anything, it's already started to unclamp itself. So that's to do with the hinge here. But the hinge is very, very tight, I'm gonna say. So, but really that's all. It's only a little more gap opening. It's not a full flush, and that's pretty much it. But you're mostly gonna be holding it here, but it won't really jiggle in a way. So I got a very nice feel to it. These things are very, very durable plastic. Well, polycarbonate is what I would call it. So they're very, very durable. They can take a fair bit of grunt there. And we definitely got at the back here is the liquid drain hole, which is great for the keyboard, so it's got that in mind. Of course, we've got the reset button there, reset hole, sorry, that is there, and it is just a really nice sort of feel to it. It's very similar, it has a very similar feel to the T14. So I might as well got a T14 with me, just so you can actually see the T14 if you wanted to see that. Let me grab that one there. Alright, so here's the T14. So the T14, look, so I've got the T14 up here, and then this is the P14s. So let's have a look on the height wise. They're actually they're actually the same for T14 and the P14. They should be sharing the same chassis is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to have the P14 on the front. I'll have the T14 on the back, and pretty much they are the same. There is no difference in the chassis. Even looking at the sides, the chassis is the same as well. And yeah, it's pretty much the identical thing for it. So yeah, which was this one here? Yeah, T14 is the this is the P series and the T series. So there you go. They look literally the same. I'm just gonna have a quick compare of the keyboard here while I'm at it. I suspect actually, no, the keyboard's a little bit different on the T series compared to the P series. The P series keyboard is more closer to the X1 series, whereas the T series, it's a very rough. I might just show it to you. Hopefully you might be able to see the difference here, but I might have to do a close-up for you to have a look. Whoa, I have to lose them off. But yeah, definitely the keyboard is much more smoother, more professional feel to the keys, each individual keys on the P series compared to the T series. The T series is just durability, I can definitely tell that. But screen-wise, yeah, they actually look the same. For the screen, the display is pretty much bezel-wise, even the bezel practically the same. Trackpad's the same as well. I'm pretty sure they actually use the same chassis. There you go. So I hope you actually find this informative and enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, or even to support my channel, smack that like as well. And if you haven't done it already, subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button bottom of my hand screen. I do try to upload a new video every week. And just remember, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. I'll see you next video.